All right, let's jump right in. We're going to be talking about something that's absolutely critical in education today. How do we make sure the digital classroom is a place where every single student can thrive, especially those with unique learning needs? Just for a second, I want you to picture this. You're sitting down, you're ready to learn, you're eager to go, but the very screen that's supposed to connect you to your classroom, it feels more like a brick wall. Well, for so many students with disabilities, that's their reality every single day. It's a frustrating barrier right where a bridge should be.
So, before we can really dig into the amazing solutions, we first have to get a handle on the problem itself. Let's start by exploring what we're calling the online hurdle, all those digital roadblocks that can really get in the way of learning.
And these hurdles are very, very real. I mean, think about it. Trying to read huge, dense blocks of text on a screen, or the simple physical challenge of typing on a regular keyboard, or trying to find your way through a complicated website that just wasn't built for easy navigation. Even just staying focused during a long lecture online can be tough. For some learners, that laptop isn't a tool for freedom. It feels more like a locked door.
It can sound like a pretty big set of challenges, can't it? But here's where the story changes. What if we didn't just have one key, but a whole ring of keys, each one designed to unlock one of those specific doors?
And that brings us right to the solution. Those keys, well, they have a name, Assistive Technology, or AT for short. In this section, we're going to see exactly how AT can totally unlock a student's true potential.
So what is this master key really? It's called Assistive Technology, or AT. At its heart, the definition is pretty straightforward. It's any item, any piece of equipment, or any software that helps improve what a child with a disability can do. To put it simply, it's technology that adapts to the student, instead of forcing the student to adapt to the technology. It lets them learn on their own terms.
And you know, AT isn't just one single thing, it's this whole spectrum of tools. On the low-tech end, you've got simple but really effective stuff, like a special grip for a pencil or a colored highlighter that helps you track words on a page. And then, all the way on the other side, you've got the high-tech stuff, sophisticated software like screen readers that read text out loud or adaptive keyboards for students with motor challenges. It's all about finding the perfect tool for the task at hand.
Okay, so now we get what AT is. So let's get to the fun part and see what it can actually do. It's time to open up the digital toolkit and look at some of these incredible tools in action in a real online learning setting.
Let's kick things off with a super common online challenge. A student is looking at a web page, and bam, it's just a wall of digital text. An article, a chapter in an online textbook. For some students, that's an instant shutdown. The solution here is so smart. Just make the text audible. Text-to-speech software and screen readers are absolute game changers. And they don't just read the words aloud. A lot of them also highlight each word as it's being spoken, which is huge for students with dyslexia or visual impairments. They basically turn the written word into something you can hear.
All right, what's next? What about contributing? How does a student jump into a live chat or write an essay if just using a normal keyboard is a major physical hurdle for them?
Well, the answer is this whole family of tools called alternative input devices. This could be anything from an adaptive keyboard with way bigger keys to some really powerful voice recognition software that turns your speech into text, or even simple switch devices for students who have very limited mobility. The point is, these tools make sure that every student has a voice and can be a full participant.
Now, this tech is absolutely incredible. But it's only as powerful as the teachers and parents who know how to use it. And that brings us to a really important part of this whole conversation, which is all about empowerment. Let's talk about how to become an expert with these tools. So, here's the thing. You do not have to be a tech wizard. There's a really clear path to getting good at this. It all starts with, number one, figuring out the student's specific need. From there, you just start exploring what's out there, you try out a few different tools to see what clicks, and for anyone who wants to go really deep, you can even get formal training and certifications. And the great news is you are not alone on this journey. There is a ton of information out there. University special ed programs, nonprofits that are totally dedicated to accessibility, government resource centers, and even the tech companies that make the tools. They all have fantastic courses and resources to help you get started.
Okay, so you know what AT is and you know how to get started. Now let's just pull the camera back a bit and look at the biggest picture. For our final section, we're going to explore the future of access and what the ultimate goal of all this work really is.
You know, the inventor of the World Wide Web itself, Tim Berners-Lee, he said it perfectly.
The power of the web is in its universality. Access by everyone regardless of disability is an essential aspect. This quote, it just gets right to the heart of it all. This isn't some small niche issue. This is about fulfilling the fundamental promise of the internet.
And that brings us to the biggest takeaway here. Assistive technology is an incredible and necessary tool for accommodation right now. It's like adding a ramp to a building that was built with only stairs. But the real goal, the future that we should all be pushing for, is universal design. That means building our websites, our apps, and our online classes to be accessible right from the very beginning, so they work for everyone, no special add-ons required.
So, as we wrap things up, I want to leave you with this question to think about. As we all build the future of online learning together, what is the one barrier, it could be big, it could be small, that you can help remove for good? Thanks so much for tuning in.